Now next topic of trigonometric functions is sines of t ratios. That is, what are the sines of different trigonometric ratios in different quadrants. Now we will be following this rule, that is, all the t ratios are positive in the first quadrant. Only sine and cosecant are positive in the second quadrant. Then tan and cot are positive in the third quadrant, and cos and secant are positive in the fourth quadrant. So this is just by considering any example and having the signs accordingly, we get this, that is, all the t ratios are positive in the first quadrant, sine and cosecant are positive in the second, tan and cot are positive in the third, cos and secant are positive in the fourth. That is, add sugar to coffee. All sine, tan, cos. If sine is positive, then its reciprocal, that is cosecant, is positive. If tan is positive, its reciprocal cot will also be positive. If cos is positive, its reciprocal, that is your secant, will also be positive. So this is the basic rule, and for whole of trigonometry it is going to help us. Now for example, we want to solve the questions relating to this sines of different t ratios. Now for example, the first question is, it is given that if cos x is equal to minus 12 by 13 and x lies in the third quadrant, then we have to find out the values of, then find sin x and tan x. Now what is given to us is, that is, cos x is equal to minus 12 by 13. Identity using cos is, because sin square x plus cos square x is equal to 1. So this implies that sin square x is equal to 1 minus cos square x, which is your 1 minus 12 by 13 whole square. So if you simplify this, it comes out to be 1 minus 144 over 169, which is your 25 by 169. Now taking square root on both the sides, so sin x can be plus minus 5 by 30, but x lies in the third quadrant. Because x is in the third quadrant, where sine of the angle is always negative, so therefore sin x is equal to minus 5 by 30. Now once again you can see here, because when you take the square root, and since x is in the third quadrant where sine of the angle is negative, therefore sin x is equal to minus 5 by 30. Now from first and second, sin x upon cos x is equal to minus 5 by 13 upon minus 12 by 13, which is your 5 by 12, which is your tan x. So automatically in the third quadrant, if your signs are okay, you are going to get the correct answer, because in the third quadrant tan x is positive, that is why you are getting its positive value, which is your 5 by 12 in this particular case, right? So similarly, let's say we have to solve another question. Now the next one is that if secant x is equal to under root 2 and 3 pi by 2 is less than x is less than 2 pi, then find the value of 1 plus tan x plus cosecant x upon 1 plus cot x minus cosecant x. So that is, if secant x is equal to under root 2 and x belongs to 3 pi by 2 to 2 pi, then we have to find out the value of 1 plus tan x plus cosecant x upon 1 plus cot x minus cosecant x. Now, because secant x is equal to under root 2, this is given, and the identity involving secant x is secant square x minus tan square x is equal to 1. So this implies tan square x is equal to secant square x minus 1. Substituting the value of secant x is equal to under root 2, that is your 2 minus 1, which is 1. This implies tan x is equal to plus minus 1. Because x belongs to 3 pi by 2 to 2 pi, that is, x is in the fourth quadrant, and in the fourth quadrant tan of the angle is negative, therefore tan x is equal to minus 1. Now if tan x is minus 1, this implies cot x is also minus 1, because it is the reciprocal of tan x. So further, so we have, that is, secant x is equal to under root 2 implies cos x is equal to 1 over under root 2. Cot x is equal to minus 1. Tan x is equal to minus 1. So this implies sin x upon cos x is equal to minus 1. So this implies sin x is equal to minus 1 into cos x if you cross multiply the terms. Now it is minus 1 into, what is the value of cos x? 1 over under root 2. So that means the value of sin x is minus 1 over under root 2. So this implies cosecant x, which is your reciprocal of sin x, it will come out to be minus root 2. Now we have the values of cot x, then tan x, then cosecant x. Now from 1, 2, 3, now 1 plus tan x plus cosecant x upon 1 plus cot x minus cosecant x is equal to 1 minus 1 plus minus root 2 upon 1 minus 1 minus of minus root 2. So it comes out to be minus root 2 over plus root 2, which is your minus 1 here. So this way, very easy questions. Just take the signs of t ratios under consideration, and you will get very easily able to solve all the questions relating to this. Now next topic is, that is your allied angles. So first of all, what are allied angles? Now, two angles are said to be allied angles if their sum or the difference is either 0 or multiples of 90 degree. Two angles are said to be allied angles if their sum or difference is either 0 or multiples of 90 degree. For example, theta and minus theta, because their sum is 0. Now theta and 90 minus theta, you can see that their sum is a multiple of 90 degree, or theta and 90 plus theta. Why? Because their difference is 90 degree. Or theta and 180 minus theta. Why? Because their sum is pi, which is a multiple of 90 degree. Theta and pi plus theta, their difference is, that is your multiple of 90 degree. So similarly, theta and 3 pi by 2 plus minus theta, theta and 2 pi plus minus theta. So all these are the examples of, that is your allied angles. So next topic, very important topic of allied angle is that to find the T ratios of minus theta. Now minus theta implies that is your clockwise rotation. So minus theta means that it will be the fourth quadrant, because you move in that is your clockwise direction. So therefore sine of minus theta is minus sine theta, cos of minus theta is positive cos theta, tan of minus theta is minus tan theta. Because in the fourth quadrant sine is negative, tan of the angle is negative, but cos of the angle will be positive here. Now next is P ratios of 90 minus theta. So sine of 90 minus theta, it is cos theta, cos of 90 minus theta, it is sine theta, tan of 90 minus theta, it will be cot theta. So what we have to see here is, whenever here the term is odd multiples of 90 degree, odd multiples of pi by 2, your T ratio will change. Sine will change to cos, cos will change to sine, tan will change to cot. Once again you can see here, whenever here the figure is odd multiple of 90 degree, T ratio will change. T ratio means trigonometric ratio will change from sine to cos, cos to sine, tan to cot. Now next is how to take into consideration their signs. 90 minus theta angle, first quadrant positive, 90 minus theta, cos of 90 minus theta is positive, tan of 90 minus theta, it will be positive. So next is T ratios of 90 plus theta. So 90 plus theta, that means angle is slightly greater than, or greater than, you can say 90 degrees, slightly or bigger than that is, it is simply greater than 90 degree. 90 degree greater means that it will be in the second quadrant. So sine of the angle in the second quadrant is positive. Since it is odd multiple of 90 degree, T ratio will change. Now what about cos of 90 plus theta? 90 plus theta is in the second quadrant. Cos of the angle in the second quadrant is negative. So that is why it is minus sine theta. Now tan of the angle in the second quadrant. So tan of the angle in the second quadrant is negative. It is odd multiple of 90 degree. T ratio will change. So it comes out to be, that is your minus cot theta. Now similarly, Next is T ratios of pi minus theta. Now pi minus theta angle, 180 minus theta angle is smaller than 180 degree. That means it is in the second quadrant. Now sine of 180 minus theta. Whenever the figure here is even multiples of 90 degree, T ratio will remain the same. Trigonometric ratio will remain the same. That means sine will remain the same as sine, cos will remain the same as cos, tan will remain the same as tan. But sine we will check according to the quadrant. So sine 180 minus theta, because being in the second quadrant, it is sine theta. Cos of 180 minus theta. Now this is the angle in the second quadrant. Here it is even multiple of 90 degree. T ratio will remain the same, but it is minus cos theta. Now tan of 180 minus theta, second quadrant, it is minus tan theta. So this way we have the T ratios of 180 minus theta. Next is T ratios of 180 plus theta. 180 plus theta means that angle will be in the third quadrant. Now sine of 180 plus theta, here the figure is even multiple of 90 degree. I can show it how, because it is 2 times pi by 2, that gives you pi. 180 plus theta, third quadrant, so it is minus sine theta. Cos of 180 plus theta, even multiple of pi by 2, so T ratio will remain the same, but quadrant is third, that is why minus cos theta. So tan of 180 plus theta, third quadrant, here it is positive tan theta. Now accordingly, let's say we want to find the T ratios of 3 pi by 2 minus theta. 3 pi by 2 is 270 degree. 270 degree minus theta. That means value is smaller than 270 degree, which means the angle will be in the third quadrant. Now sine of 3 into pi by 2 minus theta. Now as already discussed here, it is odd multiple of 90 degree. T ratio will change. Third quadrant, sine of the angle is negative, minus cos theta. Cos of 3 times pi by 2 minus theta. Third quadrant, now odd multiple of 90 degree, T ratio will change, minus sine theta. Tan of 3 times, it is pi by 2 minus theta, it will be positive cot theta here. So these are the T ratios of 3 pi by 2 minus theta. So similarly, T ratios of 3 pi by 2 plus theta. So what is sine of 3 into pi by 2 plus theta? 3 into pi by 2 means odd multiples of 90 degree, plus theta means angle is greater than 270 degree. So when the angle is greater than 270 degree, that means it comes in the fourth quadrant. In the fourth quadrant, sine of the angle is negative, minus cos theta. Then you have cos of 3 pi by 2 plus theta. Fourth quadrant, where cos of the angle is positive, it is odd multiples of 90 degree. T ratio will change, it will come out to be sine theta. Tan of 3 into pi by 2 plus theta, so it will come out to be minus cot theta here, right? Now next is T ratios of 2 pi minus theta. Now sine of 2 pi minus theta, 2 into pi, it is even multiple of 90 degree. That means T ratio will remain the same, but 2 pi minus theta is the fourth quadrant. So in the fourth quadrant, sine of the angle is negative, that is why it is minus sine theta. Cos of 2 pi minus theta, so fourth quadrant, cos of the angle is positive. Tan of 2 pi minus theta, fourth quadrant, it is minus tan theta. So this way we have the T ratios of 2 pi minus theta. Now next is T ratios of 2 pi plus theta. 2 pi plus theta means 360 plus theta. So that means again we are coming to the first quadrant after one complete rotation. So sine of 2 pi plus theta, first quadrant, all the t ratios are positive. Cos of 2 pi plus theta, it will be positive. Tan of 2 pi plus theta, again it will be positive here, right? So this way we can find the values of t ratios of any angle, provided that we remember each and every standard angle t ratios. So for example, we all know what are the values of sin 30, cos 30, tan 30, sin 45, cos 45, tan 45 and so on. So if we know all these values, very easily we can solve the questions relating to t ratios of right angles. Now let us consider any example which is based on this. Now for example, the first question is, we have to find out the value of sine of 7 pi by 4. Can this be written as sine of 7 by 4 into 180 degrees? That is it comes out to be sine of 315 degrees. Now 315 degree angle is in the fourth quadrant. Now can I write this as sine of 360 minus 45, because if you simplify this you can see that it comes out to be 315. Now because sine of 360 minus theta is minus sine theta, so therefore it is minus sine 45. What is sine 45? 1 over root 2. So it comes out to be minus 1 over root 2. So if you remember all these values, very easily you will be able to solve these questions. You can never lose even a single mark related to these questions. Trigonometry is very challenging, very scoring and very important now for the higher mathematics. But simply you need practice and more of practice here. Now for example, another question is cos of minus 8 pi by 3. So what is the thumb rule to solve these questions? First of all, this angle converted into that is your anti-clockwise rotation by the formula for cos, because cos of minus theta is cos theta. So therefore cos of minus 8 pi by 3 is same as cos of 8 pi by 3. Now can I write this as cos of 8 over 3 into 180 degrees, which is your cos of 480 degrees. Now cos of 480 degrees means that it is cos of 360 plus 120 degrees. Now because cos 360 plus theta is cos theta, therefore this is cos of 120 degrees. Now how to get the value of cos 120? It is cos of 180 minus 60. 180 minus 60, because cos of 180 minus theta is minus cos theta, it is minus cos 60, it is minus half. So this way you can get the value of, that is cos of minus 8 pi by 3 here. Similarly, let's say we have to find out the value of sine of minus 11 pi by 3. Again, this angle is in the clockwise rotation, because even whenever if you have to solve this question in your examination, in your paper, final paper or any school test or otherwise test, write down the reason why you are doing this step. because sine of minus theta is minus sine theta. So this is minus sine 11 pi by 3. Can this be written as minus sine of 11 over 3 into 180 degrees? That is your minus sine of 660 degrees. Now, can this be written as minus sine of 2 into what is that? 360 degrees minus 60. Now, number of rotations, 2 rotations of 360 degrees minus 60, because sine of 360 minus theta is minus sine theta. So therefore it is minus of minus sine 60, which is your positive sine 60, which is your under root 3 by 2 here. So this way again you can see that we can solve any question, any value comfortably. We will be able to get the answer of the question. Now for example, the next one is so we have to prove that cos of 2 pi plus x into cosecant of 2 pi plus x into tan of 90 plus x upon secant of pi by 2 plus x into cos x into cot of pi plus x, and we have to show that this is equal to 1. Now left hand side, because cos 360 plus theta is cos theta, because cosecant 360 plus theta is cosecant theta, because tan 90 plus theta is minus cot theta upon denominator, because secant 90 plus theta is minus cosecant theta into cos of x, because third quadrant cot of 180 plus x is cot x. So you can see here numerator is minus cos x into cosecant x into cot x upon minus cosecant x into cos x into cot x. This will cancel, this will cancel, this will cancel, this will cancel, which comes out to be 1, which is your right hand side here. Now similarly, let's say the next question is tan of 5 pi by 4 into cot of 9 pi by 4 plus tan of what is that? It is 17 pi by 4 into cot of 15 pi by 4. We have to evaluate this this question. Now tan of 5 pi by 4 is, what is that? Can I say that it is tan of 5 by 4 into 180 degrees into cot of 9 by 4 into 180 degrees plus tan of 17 by 4 into 180 degrees into cot of 15 by 4 into 180 degrees. So if we simplify this, it comes out to be tan 225 degrees into, how much is that? It comes out to be cot of 405 degrees. Now it comes out to be tan of 745 degrees into cot of, this comes out to be 675 degrees. Now tan of 225 is tan of 180 plus 45, cot of 405 is 360 plus 45 plus tan of 360 into 2. Now let me check its value. This comes out to be, this is 765, sorry. Now plus 45 into of 2 into 360 minus 45 degrees. So what is that? It is tan 45, it is cot 45 plus tan 45 into, because here it is just like cot of 360 minus theta, it is minus cot theta. So it is 1 into 1 plus 1 into minus 1, which is your 1 minus 1. This comes out to be equal to 0.